All right, you guys, it is Jumbo Shark 19, and I am back with another Dokkan battle video. And boy, do I have a doozy for you today, or tonight, depending on where you're at. But saw this on the timeline. Genuine question: how good has to be? So how? Let me reword this. Um, how good does the new Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan 4 Goku have to be in order for this guy to make a comeback? So the infamous, is he worthy of infamous? I don't. Maybe at this point, probably. Um, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Just for those of you that just want like the quick answer. No, like no. There's nothing. Unless Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which by the way, they're talking about not this guy. They're talking about this guy. Unless he provides some sort of support that's insane, like I don't know, 40% damage reduction, like no. Um, no. So that's the short. Cut it, send it to print. Um, but those of you that want to hear a little bit longer of an explanation, um, in all seriousness, like there's really I don't really see many ways, right? So if you're unfamiliar with this unit, if it's been a while, because to be fair, he hasn't been relevant. Unfortunately, he's just a sad. I mean, it's been 2 years. I mean, it hasn't been. Has been a year and a half. But here's the problem with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Okay, he gets a lot of defense on Super. That's good, especially this one, 4 turns. All right. The problem is that a lot of his utility, they want him to be in a slot one. Okay, because right off the bat he gets 20. He just gets base 20% damage reduction all times. Defense 150%. Okay, that's the problem though. He is very very squishy because even if you run him in slot 2 or 3, he needs to either get hit or evade the attack, but you want him to get hit so you can transform, right? So you want to get hit, which gives you defense plus 70% for 3 turns. Like it on his best turn, like you can have his defense looking okay. Like when you have this up, when you have like 2 stacks of this, um, and you have the 70% defense up here, but then herein lies the problem again. Is even with 40% damage reduction, I mean, he's already even with last year's meta. Like if there's any sort of damage increase, meta increase, like for 10th anniversary, like he's definitely more cooked than he is now. Like there really isn't much to say because this guy has a lot of potential in my opinion. I think it's going to be interesting to see what they do because you got to think about it. He's going to be a transforming character twice. Right? He's going to have a great ape form. That's probably going to, function like a great ape, like Orange Piccolo. And then that's going to transform into Super Saiyan 4. So they got some really crazy opportunities to do a lot with his kit. If we look back to this guy, this guy still needs an easy A. This Super Saiyan 3 Goku GT right here. And he's just a base support unit. So when he does get an easy A, like I'm sure he's gonna be busted. Like he's gonna give a lot of support. I bet. That's just like what his base kit is. Um, so the problem though is, could they give this guy support? I could see a world where we're gonna find out in a few hours here. Anniversary's a few hours away. Um, I could see a world where this Goku actually does gives like some sort of support until he transforms, right? But again, you would need a lot of support to make this guy work because he gets a lot of buffs, like that extra 20% damage reduction. You're just losing out if you're not first attacker. So even if you want to float him, right? You lose out on the defense too. The only way this would work would be like he would have to give allies damage reduction, a la Kid Goku, the Path to Power Kid Goku, right? But we haven't seen that mechanic really sense, right? I can't think off the top of my head damage reduction for allies. Maybe the standby Goku, but that's just defense, isn't it? Um, like I know he's a 10th anniversary LR. Like maybe all allies get 20% damage reduction. I don't know, right? Even then, that just wouldn't be enough. That would not be enough. Uh, he's just quite unfortunately just too limited, and he's just not doing enough, right? I mean, when you get him transformed, right here, you know, he's got some stuff right away, but again, he wants to be first attacker in a turn. Um, he only guards for one turn. It's just getting very iffy. And when you look at it, like these guys are getting an easy A. They might give some support, but I doubt it. I honestly don't think they're going to be like that crazy. I think we're just going to see like greatly raise here or something like that. Um, but when you really think about it, this Goku doesn't need to be coming back right now because one, we have one right here. Like he's transforming. I have got the graphic. There he is. There's a Super Saiyan 4 LR Goku. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Um, we know unfortunately that the OG is not getting a Super Easy A because we have the roadmap. But that's still on the horizon. Like he's gonna get a Super Easy A this year for sure. So when you look at the GT Warriors team, honestly, this Goku he doesn't need to make a comeback. Like plain and simple, like he can just stay dead because these guys are getting an easy A. They're gonna be amazing. There's a high probability that these guys get an easy A sometime this year. I would say there's a decent chance. Chance. I mean, yeah, what are we talking about? Yeah, no, there's a good chance, right? I think it's far more likely that these guys make a comeback because these guys have really good built-in damage reduction, right? Because they get 50%, right? They get just you have to build up to it, but you get 50% for every super, right? Now, if this guy now we're talking where like if this guy starts giving like 10, 15, 20% damage reduction, like these guys are making a comeback then because then you could have like 70% damage reduction, like then you're cooking for any increased difficulty content, right? I could see that. Um Again, this guy needs an easy A, but he's not. Again, we have the roadmap. He's not easy Aing this celebration, so he's kind of in limbo. But we know these guys are right, and like I said, I don't think they're going to be given a lot of support. But again, like these guys are most likely getting an easy A. Um, let's see, Pan, but see Pan, and I don't know if Pan's going to be like actually that big of a buff for like, you know what I mean? Like this is her kit, like I don't know. And then I don't know if they keep her locked to slot one. That's going to be interesting. This Gogeta is interesting, but again, like I don't see him being support like when they easy A him, right? So I don't know. I thought it'd be just a fun little video. We can look at some of the reactions. So again, the question was, how good does the new Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan 4 Goku have to be? Um, he would have to be the best unit in the game times 10. Like he would literally have to give, I mean, she's really like 40% damage reduction or something, right? To make you want to float Goku, because then he'd have 60%, maybe at that point. I don't know, like 200% defense extra, like then you're just getting crazy numbers that are unrealistic. So that's why I said no at the beginning. That's why I said just no in the end. Um, if Beast and Super Saiyan Trio had a baby, yeah, maybe, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, astronomical levels, yeah, unrealistic numbers. Uh, Not even the physical Super Saiyan trio like did a lot of work. Like I was impressed with what they did with normals, what they got units to be with normals, but Like we're increasing the meta now, so most likely, right? Like the events are gonna ramp up, I'm sure. So we'll see. Easy A is not gonna be for a while. 50% defense is just not it. I'm sorry, that's just not enough. It's just not enough. It's not. You're right on the right track, just not enough. He can't be saved. Yeah, not really. That's kind of the point. You know, he can't. Needs to give GC support and be a slot one. No, because that's the problem though. You lose out on so much of his kit. Like I think that's what people forget is that he has to be in slot one. He has to be in slot one to get his buffs right here, which you really need. So basically, the support of Super Saiyan 3 Goku here would have to match this plus more. And then the thing is, like, even if this guy was a support, like I said, he's gonna transform into a Great Ape, so you're gonna lose that support. But okay, you're invincible, Great Ape form, fine. But I guarantee, even if he has some sort of support now, I doubt he keeps it when he transforms. They're probably just gonna make Goku like a tank, like a just a super nuke or something like that. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna find out in a few hours here for sure, uh, but you know, fun thought experiment. You know, I love Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Definitely one of my favorite characters. One of my favorite transformations, if not my favorite. Um, but yeah, there's just not enough. And again, like we have so many units on the horizon that you would want to run. Um, like I said, I really think these guys have the potential to make a decent comeback as a slot three floater. I think these guys could maybe, yeah. And again, another issue with this guy is he needs to get hit. Like so you keep him in slot three, but you want to get him hit so that way he gets the buff, the defensive buff. But then two, right, you also want to be able to transform. You want to be able to get to Oob so that way you can get full power. So it's just kind of a mess with this guy. He was really unfortunately shafted by his design. It's very clear that he was designed in order to get you to summon in order to beat Omega. Like that was the Shadow Dragon event. Like that was his magnum opus, if you will. Like that was what he was designed for. And they just didn't really replicate any content after that. Like it just got like it was he was too niche. Like too niche. Like I don't know. Just not great design overall, unfortunately. So those are my thoughts. If you think differently, let me know. But yeah, few hours away, you guys. 10th anniversary. Very excited. Very excited. Until next time, it's been Jumbo Shark 19. Have a good one.